All right. This is GMS Virginia. Right here, I got GMS North Carolina. Shaquan Karab.
Brother Ara.
And first and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem,
Yahushai,
Ba'ashem,
Kakwadash.
We want to give double honors to the apostle of GMS, the ruleth well. And peace, blessings, salutations to the hopeful elect. Lord's will, you be edified through the spirit of Yahushua. And pretty much, just open forum. We have a couple of scriptures lined up. Just to the spirit. We'll see how the spirit works and where it leads us. But overall, I was watching Vespasian Titus about the Jewish war, which ended Jerusalem, and had us to flee. And I was also looking at what Masada, our last kingdom, about the Sakari and all them. But pretty much, and that's pretty much the last time we've been in Jerusalem. And I was watching another video. I think his name was Rick Reeves, Europe. He talks about he showed different places in Europe, but he has one video, not a lesson, but a video that he's going through the Holy Land, Jerusalem, and it talks about. Matter of fact, you get you out of the 3rd chapter first.
Okay.
And you had Palestinians, which was consist of Ishmaelites and Christians, and they actually have a border. They actually have a wall, but they're splitting the what is it? What do they call them? The Sephardic, the Ashkenazi,
Orthodox,
the secular, the Orthodox. The JEWs.
Yep. Small hats.
The small hats, and I'm just looking at it, and it makes you angry because it also talks about how the 1948, how they got together and went into the land, and they parted our land, and they're following our land. And another thing too, man, when I was watching the video, none of them people, they don't even believe in Yahushua. They had their own beliefs. You had all types of different sects of people there, different beliefs. You had you even had issues people that had a rock on their damn head.
Yep. Yeah, Satanists too. A lot of them are Satanists.
And they said, every different organization of the issue people, they would do different things to show who's followed them, so to speak. But all in all, the scripture talks about how Jacob and Israel shall be one accord. And what the scripture says, I think it actually goes into get that when it says I should put the new covenant.
Yep. Jeremiah.
Yeah, get that real quick because again, it cuts all basically the people that's there in that land right now. Straight up imposters.
Right.
And again, prior to what you see today, us when I was in the Bible, starting with our elders on down, you never heard the name Israel ever. I'm talking about the true biblical Israelites, Hebrew Israelites of the 12 tribes, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Hispanic, Native Americans, and West Indians. You got it, bro.
Jeremiah 31:1. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel.
A new covenant. So this is a cut because if they are in the land, basically they're saying to themselves, hey, the Lord was working with us. He was dealing with us. He allowed us to get in that land. So now, us being the real so-called chosen people, now they should be perfect. There should be no more division. It should be no more a wall having to be built up to cause friction. Because they said at one point, I forgot what year it was, they said there's a lot of suicide bombers in that land that was pretty much blowing the people up due to land stealing and land grabbing. But going into the 3rd chapter, man, these people really parted our land. You got it, bro.
It reads on, and with the house of Judah. And if I could say too, what about the other tribes? They all talk about the small hats, but they never talk about the other tribes. Because the Lord made it the agreement, the covenant. It's like the water. The Lord made the covenant, the agreement. The first covenant was with the whole nation of Israel, all 12 tribes, not just Judah. Because they call themselves, they call themselves JEWs. And what about the rest of the 12 tribes that this new covenant is going to be established with? That's why the Lord is bringing all the 12 tribes together, and the scriptures say the tribes will be in captivity together before Yahweh returns. When did all that happen? When the Lord came, supposedly came back and took them to that land. We know that didn't happen because they set up the Balfour Declaration.
That's right.
You know,
it tells you that Judah and Ephraim was oppressed together.
Yep. Jeremiah 50, I believe.
So eventually, if the Palestinians that's there, the Ishmaelites that was there, and the Jehus that's there now, that pretty much make up the house of Israel. So it won't be no bickering and war and bloodshed and tension. Mm-hmm. The whole speech was like, well, we just want to have peace. We just want people to know that we're all about peace, my brother, and love. Hold on. If y'all the chosen people that's there, what's going on?
Mm-hmm.
The Lord should be dealing with y'all. It should be peace. Everybody should be fleeing. Everybody should be keeping the high holy days.
Mm-hmm.
It should be no more idol worship. It shouldn't be no more Muslims, man.
Right.
It shouldn't be no more Christianity. It shouldn't be no more America with the beast system. But these things are still in effect, showing that those are not the real people in that land. You got it, bro.
Revelation 21
mm-hmm.
and 3, I'll read down to 4. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, behold, the tabernacle of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai is with men.
Yep.
And he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and the Most High himself shall be with them.
And first of all, that's another thing. If those are the people, where's Yahushua?
Exactly. Yep.
Where's Yahushua?
Yep.
And it makes you mad because if you it's a certain video you can find that's on YouTube that's still lingering around, but there was a guy that went around asking the people in Jerusalem about. They actually pretty much asked him about who the word is called Jesus Christ, and they pretty much said they don't believe in him.
Yep.
They're not worrying about him. I think what did they say? It'll make you mad. I can't remember all what they said, but basically it was. Like I said, the land is so divided and split up. You have one people saying this, another people saying this, another group of people saying this, and this is all in the land of Jerusalem, man.
Yep.
It's still bloodshed, wickedness, war. Rumors of war, earthquakes, famine, plagues that's about to hit the earth. The Lord said when His people when He redeemed His people, He would know He would wipe away the tears, He would wipe away wickedness upon the earth.
Yeah.
You got it, bro.
It says, the Most High himself shall be with them and be their power. Verse 4 says, and the Most High shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death.
Yeah, but it's death in Jerusalem. It just said, when you watch the video of Rick Reeves, I think Rick Reeves Europe, if I'm not mistaken, and it goes into, how it said the Holy Land, pretty much put in Rick Reeves Europe, Palestine, and the Holy Land. And it actually is like an hour long. He talking to the people, and it talks about the the tension that's over there, man. They had suicide bombers over there. So again, where's the war coming from? Why is it there? You got it.
Yeah, if I could say too, the Lord said He's going to wipe away their tears. Mm-hmm. There should be no more death. Remember, what comes with the new covenant? We're going to have the laws put in our inward parts, which we're going to live forever. We're going to be perfect in unison with Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. Yep. So there should be no small hats, no tiny hats, basically dying. They should be living forever if they claim to be the true Israelites, the true people. All right, those true JEWs, right? They shouldn't be dying anymore. It says, neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain.
There you go.
For the former things are passed away.
Yep. So again, if those are the people that's if that was the righteous people that's in that land, why are we seeing what we still seeing to this day?
Exactly.
It's getting worse day by day.
Yep.
What the scripture says, Proverbs 20, 29 and 2.
Yep.
When the wicked bear rule. If they're in rule, those are the chosen people. Everybody should be rejoicing.
Right.
Everybody's crying. People getting thrown out in their houses. STDs. Mm-hmm. Families are broken. Women are becoming more of a whores. Men are becoming just bugged the fuck out, onto drugs. What about the drug situation,
right?
So this clearly shows you the people that's in that land right now. That is not the people, and a lot of them, he was eating with them, breaking bread with them, and they was just talking like, yeah, this is our land, and it was just arrogant. This is the booty. Yeah. he said, this is a cucumber, and with the lime. And I'm sitting there like, yo, these are not the fucking people, man.
Right.
You know, and again, it roused you up in the spirit, man, because it's like, yo, these fucking bastards have really taken our nationality, our identity.
Yep.
And here it is, you know, we going through the curses, we're suffering. You know, we damn near, you know, a lot of bros and a lot of men that lost their faith, lost their hope because shit is hard, shit is real. And here it is, these people just sitting there, they've got this little arrogant, you know, proud look on their faces and just talking as if that land belongs to them, man.
Right.
And that's why, you know, that, you know, what is it, World War III has to come, because even, you know, certain parts of our land are going to get hit too with nukes, man.
Right.
Because that land has to be cleaned up,
Yep.
man. Because the inhabitants of it now have defiled our land. You got, you know, them fucking issues, they bank doing all this.
Right.
I'm like, yo, this shit is,
Right.
You're like, what the fuck are they doing, man? Goofy shit. Where's that in the scriptures? You got it.
Joel, I got Joel.
Mm-hmm.
Joel 3:1. For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem.
That's right. So all the 12 tribes. You got it, bro.
Yep. Verse 2. I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Yahweh and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage.
Yeah, because
Israel.
that's why, you know, the tension is growing up in the Middle East, you know, Iran, etc. Because, again, you know, you have a whole misconception of who the real chosen people are. You know, you got these people that's in our land talking about they're the chosen people, but the Lord's better get them the hell out of there, man. You know? You got it, bro.
It reads on, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down to the valley of Yahweh and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land.
And parted, and it's beautiful in that video. One thing you will see in that video, how they actually literally divided that land and parted it from the Ishmaelites, the Palestinians, and the Christians of Ishmael. Into the issues, the different sects of the Jews in the bottom, and I'm telling you, it's a border. It's like right in the middle,
right
crazy. Between the middle of I believe it was Jerusalem. And when you see this, like, yo, man, this shit pisses you off, man. You got it, bro.
Yeah, but the Bible goes into it in detail. The Lord wasn't lying when He said that a bastard would dwell in Ashdod, and that these heathens, we would be under these heathens in subjection. They would have the fatness of the earth, that they would take our land and they would part it. They literally parted it up. Yeah, built it up. You know? It says, that's pretty much the point. I'll read the last point. Joel 3:2. Whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land.
Yeah, and they scattered us, man. Because, you know, in all reality, the upper elites, the top leaders, you know, that has cahoots with each other. They know who we are.
Yeah.
They know that we are the real chosen people, and that's why, you know, when you go into Hollywood, and when they make any like biblical history events or movies or documentaries, that's why they have to whitewash those documentaries, or at least kind of like making them look Middle Eastern. But all in all, when you look at those wars, those were so-called black people that was fighting with the so-called white people, man. The Roman Jewish wars, so-called Jewish wars, man. You know? You got it, bro.
I got that Sirach 36.
You got it.
Where you want me to start at?
Start the first verse.
Sirach 36:1. Have mercy upon us, O Lord, power of all, and behold us.
And we ask for mercy, man, to behold us, because again, you got people that has taken our identity, and then, you know, they're playing victim.
Right.
You go to Brooklyn, I'm also I've seen them in Brooklyn, you know, and they actually got them out here too, over there in Patterson. They got their little what they call them, what you call them?
Communities?
Nah, the building they tend to. Not a mosque. What's
a recreation?
Nah, what's the thing they call it?
It's like a place of worship.
Yeah. What's the building called? Forgot the damn. But your brother know what I'm talking about, man. They got their place of worship here. They got a lot of. They have a
temple.
lot of their temples. They have their temples out here in Richmond. over there in what is it, off of Patterson, so to speak.
Yep.
In that
Yeah,
area,
it's play
Patterson.
basketball out there. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
they got their little their own little temple, their little thing that they get together. Cause you'll see them in the black and white suit
Yep.
with the little
Right.
side piece hair, with the stupid ass hats. You got it, bro.
Sirach 36:2 says, "And send thy fear upon all the nations that seek not after thee.
Yep.
Lift up thy hand against the strange nations and let them see thy power."
Yeah, because that's what. And again, we haven't. That's another thing too. You still got blasphemy people. So Esau is blaspheming.
Yep.
So evidently Yahweh hasn't shown his power yet. So evidently, and it wasn't like a great event, because if you don't really even know, basically, if you don't really like look into it, you would never know it happened. So
Yep.
what was the spectacular event of what happened when those bastards went into the land? Just what was it, Declaration?
Declaration. Balfour Declaration.
Balfour.
Yep.
No, don't nobody know about that, but the Lord said everybody's going to see
Yep.
the deliverance of the two children of Israel, man.
Yep.
And everybody will know and know it was of Yahweh Shem Shah. America isn't even destroyed.
Yep.
So what the fuck is going on?
Yep.
How are you the chosen people, man?
Right. And you're making a good point, because we get, Isaiah 14 goes into it. The Lord said he's going to have mercy on Jacob and yet choose Israel.
That's right.
And he's going to set us in that land in dramatic fashion by way of deliverance, from our enemies, and, setting us in that land
Yep.
himself.
And what about the verse that talks about the land of the north?
Yep.
How he's going to deliver us out of the land of the north, man.
Well,
And what is that? North America and Americas, man. America is still standing. Where has a great deliverance that's happened here? It never happened. It hasn't happened yet.
that's
Yeah,
right.
bro.
That's right. It says, and Sirach 36:3 says, "Lift up thy hand against the strange nations and let them see thy power, as thou wast sanctified in us before them."
Yeah, you got Moab think he gonna be the next power.
Right.
Come on, man, cut it out, man. You got it.
To Moab, boy. It says, "So be thou magnified among them before us."
That's right. And another thing that the Yahweh Bashem Shah has not set up that standard for his elect. So again, those clearly can't be the chosen that's in their land right now, man. That's a complete contradiction. Go ahead.
Yep.
That's why they're gonna have a recompense for that, man. Go ahead for stealing our nationality. That's a bastard, man. That's
Right.
a thief.
Right.
The scripture says a thief doesn't come but to steal, man. You got it.
It says, verse 5, "And let them know thee as we have known thee,
Yeah.
that there is no power but only thou, O Yahweh Bashem Yahushua."
Pull me up a video of them prophesying
Right.
about Yahweh Bashem Shah.
Right.
Show me a video where them bastards was dwelling and they prophesied and uplifted the name.
And was oppressed the whole time, standing
on,
upon
man.
their feet, going against their oppressor.
Come on, man. But they own fucking rap music.
Right.
And
The Hollywood
and all these fucking
Yep.
top businesses,
Yep.
man. That shit it doesn't make sense. And all this evil on the earth, man.
Right.
You got it, bro.
Reads on, Sirach 36:6. It says, "Show new signs and make other strange wonders. Glorify thy hand and thy right hand.
Signs being shown left and right, man. You got it.
Glorify thy hand and thy right arm, that they may set forth thy wondrous works."
And we're declaring those works. Go ahead.
Verse 7.
And then Yahweh's he's going to show his works. Go ahead.
It says, verse 7. "Raise up indignation and pour out wrath. Take away the adversary and destroy the enemy."
The people in the Middle East in our land, the people that have touched us, destroyed us, extorted us, have become rich off of us. There's all this football, there's basketball, there's entertainment. America wouldn't be shit without Jake. And Esau know this, man. But only in your ignorance he has become uplifted and has gotten great gain because of the foolishness of Israel, man.
Yep.
That's why eventually that's why 2/3 got to die.
Right.
Because again, they're no use. Because their deeds and all they want to do is pretty much continue making Esau rich, America rich, man. So your ignorance and your foolishness makes is good for business for the people that's in charge, that's in power. Go ahead.
That's right.
especially the people that's even in our homeland. You got it.
Sirach 36:8. Seek the time short, remember the covenant,
Mm-hmm.
and let them declare thy wonderful works.
You remember the Yahweh never disannual or never
Avoid it.
or avoided his covenant with us. Man. You got it.
Verse 9, let him that escapeth be consumed by the rays of the fire,
Mm-hmm.
and let them perish that oppress the people.
Yep. Who's oppressing? The people in charge. The ones that's calling themselves the issues and the top bankers, man.
Yep, the one that if you call him by his true, biblical name, right, or you say what he's calling himself today, we can't even say it. We got to spell it out or use code words. He'll shut your video down. He'll flag it.
What you ashamed of? You say you're the chosen.
Exactly.
Why we can't call you what you are?
Mm-hmm.
You say you're the chosen.
Right.
But if we say it, or we make an accusation against you, oh, it hurts.
Right.
You got it, bro.
Good point.
That's how you know you're not the chosen people, man. Where's your? Why not make a video?
I know, right?
Why don't you show your proof that you are the chosen people? You want to know why? You can't.
Those are some good questions. Esau is sweating, boy. Think about that. Like, man, what if they had to address that? That's why they hide behind.
And that's why they don't let us in Jerusalem. That's why they don't let Jake come over there, man.
Yep.
That's why when we all know that those Israelites that was it? I think Ben Israel
GOCC?
Nah.
No.
I forgot. Yahweh Ben Yahweh. I believe so. If I'm not mistaken. They actually went to Jerusalem, and they made I think the people of Jerusalem made them like serve it in the military, and they basically put them on the outcast of the city. They didn't treat them with no respect.
Yep.
Because they know, man, they know what's up, man. You got it.
Facts. Sirach 36 and 10. Smite and sunder the heads of the rulers of the heathen that say there is none other but we.
And the thing about it is, it's crazy because it tells you that all nations shall run to Jerusalem to learn about the law.
Yep.
What we just had a simple fucking basically when Jake is out and about talking his shit, Jake's still confused about the woman, a role of a woman,
right?
A role of a man,
right?
But if those are the chosen people, they should be teaching us, the law, statutes, and commandments, man. All 613 laws and statutes should be the law.
Yep.
If we do something stupid, since we so-called Gentiles, right? We should have to go to court and being judged according to the law. Right. But when we go to court, we're getting judged by Virginia.
Yep.
By the Commonwealth.
Their own penal code.
That's a fucking contradiction, man.
Uh-huh.
You got it, bro. When you get pulled over, you get a ticket to go to court for the Commonwealth, man. They don't. Let's go into the book of the law and pull out which you don't have your Levitical priest,
right?
You got it, bro.
And they make you swear on the Bible.
Wicked. And the script talks about not swearing.
Exactly. Before they pull out their own codes, their own legal penal codes, I would say.
You got other nations, Ham, Moab, Ammon, Ishmael, Elam. They're still making their own, rules and legislation. You got Dubai, whatnot. You got it.
Con. Sirach 36 and 11. Gather all the tribes of Jacob together and inherit thou them as from the beginning.
As from the beginning.
Yep.
You ask those people, your common person that claims that he's the chosen, the ish, even going by with Revelation 2 and 9, Revelation 3 and 9, it tells you. Slaki, ask them that question, so where are the 10 tribes?
Right.
And it's crazy because even over the weekend, this past week, it was an Edomite that came up to camp talking about, Christian, he's a Christian, and the Gentiles, and all of this. So first of all, I hear what you're saying, but did not the scripture say the Lord shall raise up Israel first?
Yep.
So let's deal with that first.
Yep.
So since you think you know it all, where the rest of the tribes at?
Right. So raise up Judah first, right?
Where's the other tribes at, my man? And that's what I'm saying. These people think they know so much, but you don't know nothing. So again, if the Lord has delivered His people, everybody should know the tribes.
Yep.
It shouldn't be like a secret. Or if I don't put a YouTube about it and look up on it, I would never know about it.
Right.
It tells you they should be teaching the world.
Yep.
Light should come from Jerusalem.
That's right.
We should have, when the Passover come, everybody was supposed to go over there.
Yep. And bringing gifts constantly to the gates.
Yeah, we're not supposed to be paying tax to come. We're supposed to be paying tribute to Jerusalem, man.
Yep. If you're those people.
Yeah, if you're the chosen, go ahead.
It says verse 11 or verse 12. O Lord, have mercy upon the people that is called by thy name, and upon Israel, who thou hast named thy firstborn.
Yep.
O be merciful unto Jerusalem, thy holy city, the place of thy rest.
Yep.
Fill Zion in thine unspeakable oracles, and thy people with thy glory.
Man, and there's nothing coming from there.
Yep.
Everything, the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding is coming from who? The prophets that are prophesying today. Prior to us doing these lessons, to something with the elders on down through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shah, you knew nothing about the scriptures, man. You knew nothing about reality.
Yep.
You were still in La La Land. You were still seduced by the fact that the people that call themselves the Ishis were indeed the true people of the Bible.
Yep.
Those are bastards, man. They have nothing to do with Yahweh Shem Shah. They don't even know the name.
Right.
Go ahead.
It says, give testimony unto those that thou hast possessed in the beginning, and raise up prophets that have been in thy name. Reward them that wait for thee, and let thy prophets be found faithful.
And Lord's will, through the grace and mercy He has on us, man, we'll be part of that number, the elect. It was more than that.
That's it.
Go to Jeremiah 31.
All right.
About He has not disannulled the covenant.
31 and
give me what it tells you. The other part about the new covenant where we shall not teach our fellow neighbor. Because there's a lot of shit going on in Jerusalem, man. And I really don't believe that video I watched today was not that long ago. You got it. It's in the latter verses in Jeremiah 31, like 31, 31, 28.
Okay.
Let me see. Bear with us.
How you go? How's it go?
I can't word it. I'm going to find it. Hold on. My bad. Go to verse 35.
Jeremiah.
Then go down.
Jeremiah chapter 35?
Yep, Jeremiah 31, 35 to... Matter of fact, nah. Tripping. Let me see. Jeremiah 30, start at 31, 31.
Jeremiah 31 and 31.
Then go down.
Behold, the days come, said the Lord, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt, which my covenant they break, although I was an husband unto them, said the Lord. But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel. After those days, said the Lord, I will put my law in the inward parts.
Yeah, they're still teaching. When you go into that documentary I was watching, again, it was too many different sects of those issues, man. Meaning they don't got it, they don't have it together. They don't have the truth, man. They're warring with the people of the Palestinians, man. You got it.
It says, I will put my law in their inward parts and write in their hearts.
You had an Ishmaelite talking about my message is just, I want to just show, it's peace and love and hold on, you shouldn't be having to teach that, man.
Right.
Everybody should know that. You got it.
And they shall be my people, and they shall teach no more every man his neighbor, and every man his brother, saying, Know the Lord, For they shall all know me, from the least of them unto the greatest of them,
You know, people in the land is not doing that. Go ahead.
saith the Lord. For I will forgive their iniquity, and I will remember their sin no more.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 35.
Uh-huh.
Thus saith the Lord, which giveth the sun for a light by day, and ordinance of the moon and of the stars.
And it's a clear cut. It's showing you that those aren't the people, man. Because it talks about the new covenant, and it's going to tell you, you got it.
For a light by night, which
Mm-hmm.
divideth the sea when the waves thereof roar. The Lord of hosts is his name.
Mm-hmm.
If those ordinances depart from before me, saith the Lord, then the seed of Israel also shall cease from being a nation before me forever.
And every day when you wake up, you see the moon.
Yep.
And every day you wake up, it goes into the sun. So
Yep.
we still here.
Yep.
And you see him in these lessons right there on the cities, on the highways and the byways, prophesying and uplifting the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, the 12 tribes. That's why you see so-called Latinos, Hispanic, Native Americans, West Indians, and so-called black people in America in their dispersed lands prophesying the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, because we are those people. The Lord has never voided the covenant that he made with us. Was there any more that
No, that's pretty much it. Yep, that's it.
was it? Give me up Psalm 68.
Psalm
And then
68.
go to Revelation 2 and 9, 3 and 9. Then we can end it.
Psalm 68.
Mm-hmm. Or cut them off from being a nation. That's Psalm 68.
Let's see.
Hold on. Psalm 83, my bad.
Psalm 83
And 1. You can start it.
and 1 says a song or psalm of Asaph. Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh by Shem Yahushai. Hold not thy peace and be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
Mm-hmm.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones.
Yep.
They have said, come, let us cut off them from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
Yeah, that's what they have done. You know, they through the deceit, the lies, of Edom and Amalek, they have cut us off of being a nation. So now, through Edom ruling with the banking families and Amalek ruling in the Holy Land, it basically coincides with each other. The thinking for having the people thinking that what you see is natural, everything is in order, and this is you're supposed to just get along, or this is it. But this is not it. This is all a facade where the Lord is going to show His power on the inhabitants of Edom. You got it.
That's right. That's it on Psalm 83?
Yeah, that's this point. You can go to Rev 2 and 9, 3 and 9. We can end it.
Revelation 2 and 9. It says, I know thy works in tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy.
We are rich because what? Just like the scriptures just said, He made a covenant with us, man. He gave us faith. He gave us hope. He gave us the law, statutes, and commandments. You got it?
It says, and I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews.
Yeah, blasphemy, man. They have defiled our land, the Middle East. Keeping their their idols, their way of worship. What is it? The biggest mode party in Tel Aviv. Those devils got to pay, man. Those Edomites and Amalek and people that call themselves the chosen, they got to pay, man.
That's right. It says, and I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not.
They are not.
But are the sin.
The so-called black man, they call himself, a JEW. Why? Because he don't know. He's been tossed to and fro. He's been curses have been put on him. Jeremiah 17 and 4. And scripture, like the scripture says, you shall discontinue from thy heritage.
Right.
You got it.
It says, and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan.
That's right. So that whole thing that's going on in the Middle East is of the synagogue of Satan, man. That has nothing to do with Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. You got it.
Verse 21, fear none of those things.
And again, man, the scripture talks about when Yahushua comes back, all eyes shall see.
Yep. Every eye
Like,
shall see.
So we never saw. We never
Yep,
seen. We never seen it.
Yeah, we're not. And then it says the second deliverance is going to be greater than the
They're the
first.
first.
And it's gonna be talked about forever.
I never heard about anything of great
Yeah,
deliverance.
exactly.
So again, if you don't know about the Balfour Declaration, you pretty much don't know what's going on in the Middle East or who's in the land. You just think some people that are there. Really, you just focus on America, just trying to survive because it's fucking hard here. You know, you got it.
Come, verse 10 says, "Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison."
Let's go to 3 and 9.
Oh, 3 and 9.
Mm-hmm.
Revelation 3 and 9. It says, because
The reason why we're gonna put us in there because good truth hurts. You got it.
Revelation 3 and 10 says, "Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation."
What is that, 3 and 9?
Yeah, Revelation 3 and 9. Oh, Salaki, my bad. Salaki 3 and 10. Revelation 3 and 9. "Behold, I will make them of the Satan of synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Behold,
lie. Go ahead.
Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee."
That's right. So you're going to see a complete switch over in the times to come.
Yep.
You're going to see a great deliverance that you have not seen yet. Again, what if those are the people? Where's Yahweh Shah?
Yep.
You know, where's the Lord? You know, everybody should be astonished. You got girls want to go to Dubai. You got people that want to go somewhere to find a wife in Philippines.
Right.
And you got niggas going to DR. If that was the case, everybody should be wanting to go to Jerusalem, man.
Right.
To see Yahweh Shah, see greatness, see beauty, see perfection. Learn the law, learn righteousness, learn the ways that's right. But you don't see it. But we're going to go ahead and close it out. Those we've edified. You know, again, we'll give all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Kakudash.
We're going to give double honor to the apostle Jim that will of well, and to the scattered, hopeful elect. Hey, shalom. Stay pushing, stay fighting, stay tuned. Hey, keep praying to Yahweh Shah. That he has mercy and deliver us and throw down the wicked. And with that, shalom.
Shalom.